Alright, in this video we're going to work on ordering our polynomials and stating the degree. Alright, so we're asked to put the terms in order of decreasing degree of x and state the degree of the polynomial. So, our first example, what you want to look for is, do you have any like terms you can combine, just so you can simplify your polynomial from the start. So we might notice that we have an x squared and an x squared, and we have an x and an x, so we're going to be able to put all those together. So I have negative 4, now this is a negative 1x squared, and a negative 2x squared, which gives you a negative 3x squared, and then 3x plus 5x is a positive 8x. Alright, so now we're going to put this in order based off of our variable of x, and you want the highest exponent of x to go first. So here's an x squared, here's an x to the first power, and then this number, that negative 4, it's called a constant term. Anytime you have a term without a variable, we call that a constant. So we want to find our highest exponent of x, which is that squared. So we're going to say negative 3x squared, then our x to the first power, so plus 8x, and then minus 4. And this is the proper order. This is called standard form of our polynomial. Now the degree is we want to look at the sum of all of the exponents of each term. Well, the exponent of this term is a 2, this one is a 1. This one technically is a 0 if there's no variable there. So this degree of this trinomial is equal to 2. Alright, next example. First we're going to combine any like terms. So I see an x squared y squared and an 8x squared y squared. That's a 1x squared y squared, so if you add those you get 9x squared y squared. Here's a minus x squared and a minus 2x squared. If you combine those you get minus 3x squared. And then we have a plus 5xy squared. Alright, so first we are looking for any we just combine our like terms. And we're going to order this based off of our x variable. So here's an x squared, here's an x squared, and here's an x to the first power. So the proper order of this, you have two terms with x squareds, but they're not like terms, we can't put those together. So we're going to put this 9x squared y squared first. Then we're going to put our minus 3x squared, and then we want the x to the first power, so plus 5xy squared. So it's actually the same order that we combined our like terms in. That's okay. Alright, our degree, what we're going to look at are the sums of the exponents of the variables. So that one has a sum of 4, this one is 2, and this one is 3. So the highest sum is 4, so this one has a degree of 4. And again, all I did was I added the exponents. And that one has a 1 to get that sum. Alright, last one. So we're looking for like terms, and we have to look very carefully. Here's maybe I'll just zoom this. There we go. Might be a little bit easier to see. Here's an x squared yz cubed. So you're looking for, is there another x squared yz cubed? Here's an x squared yz cubed, and that seems to be the only one. So if you have 3 of them and you subtract 4 of them, it gives you a negative 1, or just negative x squared yz cubed. Alright, then I can see we have an xyz. Here's another xyz, so this is a negative 1 xyz plus 3 xyz. It's going to give us a positive 2 xyz. And then we have just this one term here that doesn't have any like terms, so we'll just carry that down. So plus 5x cubed y squared z squared. Okay, we've combined our like terms. Now let's order this. Look for your highest exponent with x. I can see it's this x cubed, so that's going to be our leading term. 5x cubed y squared z squared. All right, now look for any x squared, and we can see one right there, so it's going to be our second term, minus 1x squared yz cubed. Then here's our x to the first power, so that one comes next, 2xyz. So there's the proper order of our polynomial. And now let's talk about the degree. If you add up all the exponents, this one is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this one has 1, 2, 3. So what do you guys think the degree of this polynomial will be? And actually this is a trinomial because there's 3 terms. It's just that largest sum that we found.